And we're back with Airwindows SoftClock, a new kind of metronome, the likes of which the world has never heard, according to the developer, inventor, Chris. I forget his last name, Airwindows Chris. You can, if you don't know about Airwindows already, you can get to know all about Airwindows and all about Chris at Airwindows, that's one word, .com. Link is in the description. I'm going to make this one short and to the point. Not expecting anyone to chime in. Not waiting for it to happen. Okay, but I've got a couple of friends who are expressed interest. And so, I've got it dialed in to this new project. My third attempt to record this song. And it's a curious situation in terms of tempo and time signature. The first thing I did to begin this project was to record a drum loop from a device called the M Audio Black Box. Google it. M Audio Black Box. It has drum loops in it that were developed by Roger Lynn. And it also has amp sims, delay, time-based effects. You can run the drum loops through the delay, through the effects, through the amp sims. And all of these things are synced to the internal clock of the M Audio Black Box. So it's a wonderful thing in that you can play over your drum loop and have your guitar or other instrument running through a tremolo. And that tremolo will be perfectly synced to the drum loop, or arpeggiator, or sample and hold, or auto wah, or auto pan, whatever time-based effect you're running your instrument through. It is perfectly synced to the drum loop, and then you run the drum loop, and also the delay, of course. And then you run the drum loop through the delay, and if you like, through the effects, and it's just all one cohesive, throbbing, grooving, it's a thing of wonder, really. But it is its own thing. Its clock does not perfectly align with the internal clock of my digital audio workstation, Cakewalk by BandLab. This loop, which is the first track, Black Box drum loop, The black box is set to 90 beats per minute. The drum loop, originally in a 4/4 time signature, is run through the delay in such a way that it takes on a 3/4 or a 3/4 or a 6/8 time signature. And this makes things really strange and interesting. The upshot is that I decided to build this project, this song, on that drum loop because I liked it so much. However, it does not perfectly sync with the Cakewalk digital audio workstation's internal clock set at 90 beats per minute, even though both the black box and the DAW are both set at 90 beats per minute. There's a drift between the two. They're not on perfectly parallel lines in Euclidean space. So, that's a rather long preamble, but one that is necessary for this discussion, and that should become clear why momentarily. I would like to just briefly read Chris's introduction to SoftClock. Right here. SoftClock is, there's Chris. SoftClock is a timing reference like a click track, but far more powerful because it does not synchronize machines so much as it synchronizes humans. You put it on an unused track and route it to another track as audio, which you then record in the arrange window as just another audio file. This can be done as you lay down an initial track while listening to the SoftClock output. I didn't go through all that, but you don't really have to get the idea, to get it to work. Now, what's the noise it makes? Frequency swoops of a tone. It doesn't turn on and off. There's no attack or decay. A continuous tone which drops in volume as the pitch drops, but otherwise is just a drone. And this is your new click track. The next question is, for the love of God, why would you do such a thing? Because not only is this not a percussive sound, it doesn't even have a definable attack, and yet it proposes to replace click tracks and in fact wants to become a timing reference for a world of human-played music where nothing is snapped to grid. This is a beautiful concept, and I'm fully on board. But I digress. Let's continue. There will be no grid, just human-played tracks riffing over SoftClock. The reason is entrainment. The swoop of the tone mimics the swing of a drummer's arm or the strum of a guitar or a dancer's body. It's digitally accurate, but directs the listener not toward an inhumanly accurate tick, but towards a motion. And when many players are moving in synchrony, that's when you have a powerful groove. But there's more. It's also a reference to where you are in the bar, not the drinking bar, the musical bar, the bar. The non-accented beats ebb down to a lower tone and then ramp up again toward the one, which is the loudest and highest pitched swoop of the tone. The amount of variation can be controlled, as can the basic pitch. Bear in mind the volume does modulate, but not in such a way as to produce an attack, even at the fastest speed settings. You dial it in to mimic the motion of your body playing, whether that's groovy or laid back or hammering, and the non-accented beats always show you where you are in the bar in an easy-to-hear way, even if the beats are themselves swung or the backbeat is slowed to add weight and bombast. Okay, that's enough. There's the introduction. Now you want to hear what it sounds like. Well, I'll show you what it looks like first. It looks like this. Looks like that. Let's get it over here where it's right there. Okay. And there's a blurb. This is in the Airwindows Consolidated Toolkit. You see, it's a toolkit. It's full of tools. You download it from airwindows.com, and then you go about exploring the toolkit. It's a massive toolkit, and it's growing by the week and by the month. Okay. This is SoftClock under the category Utility. SoftClock. There. You got tempo, count. What is that word? Tuple, swing, big beat, accents, boost, and speed. I don't have accents dialed in, or swing, or beat, or anything like that. I've just got it to where it is at least in the beginning, it's matching this drum loop that I recorded right here. At least in the beginning, and for a good way into the recording, they're matching up pretty well. But then eventually there's just a drift. Okay. They're very close, but this just goes to show the M Audio Black Box has its own clock that is, I suppose, just sort of like atomically different from other clocks, and that includes whatever clock is timing the algorithms in Chris's new tool, metronome, SoftClock. And so they're just not on parallel lines in Euclidean sonic space. Okay. But that's okay. I'm going to explain why in just a minute. I'm not going to be using SoftClock for this project, but that's okay. This actually makes perfect sense and is perfectly acceptable. So first I'm going to play this drum loop. All right. And okay, yeah, just the drum loop. Here's what it sounds like. I'm going to count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... Or I can count sixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. So naturally, if I try to use the cakewalk metronome, it's just going to go tick, 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 tick. right? Um, but doesn't match up anyway. So I thought SoftClock might do better. It does. It does. I think it does better than the Cakewalk metronome. Still, it's not a perfect alignment, but here's what it sounds like. I've got it. Here's the plugin, and I've got it installed in its own track. And once I unmute it, you're going to hear it. And I'll do that. Excuse me, I'll do that now. Sounds like this. Oh, and of course, that's because I soloed the drum loop, of course. Okay, unsolo the drum loop. And now I will unmute SoftClock. And if I got a little CPU glitch going on. If I dial up accents, right? And it's fully customizable to do just exactly what you want it to do for all kinds of crazy time signatures. Whatever, apparently, like, you know, I guess like the band Tool could use this thing if they wanted to. And now that I've got all this software, OBS and Camo and all this stuff running to do the stream, I'm getting a little bit of a CPU glitch issue going on here, but so I don't know how well this is going to go, but I am going to try. So I got a tempo 90, count 6, and to get this count, I had to put this setting tuple at 12. Because when it's, when it's at 3, here's what it sounds like. All right, well. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Count was at 6, wasn't it? Okay. Now, those are all at 90 beats per minute. Oh, this is really annoying to have this glitching going on. Okay, anyway. So I want to wrap this up and like tie these threads together here. All right. So at first I was a little bit disappointed that it doesn't exactly match up with the now again, and I've tracked drums to the reference of this drum loop. So these are drums that I tracked today. I double tracked a drum loop. I played a drum loop for the whole song, but I did it. It's not programmed. It's not sequenced. I played it on my kit, and I double tracked it to MIDI and audio. So one output to MIDI, the other output to the audio interface. And so the three of these together, if I actually get playback, sound like this. So I did this in reference to this drum loop. Extremely annoying that I'm getting this glitching. I want to curse, but I'm not going to. It's just infuriating. Anyway, I will try this just to give you some idea that they do sync, but drift. I don't know how far I'm going to get into playback here, but well, because of my CPU issues or whatever fucking issues I'm having, sorry, they're not synchronizing right now. But before I dialed up all this other software, they were at the very beginning. They were syncing up just exactly right. I don't know. Maybe I had this count down to 3. You just have to take my word for it. They were syncing up perfectly. There we go. All right. You get the idea. Now, I look forward to using this in the future, and I think it's. I'm disappointed because I wanted to use this to track to, because I think it's going to be wonderful. I think it's going to be so much better. I think it's going to feel so much better. It's going to feel like so much more of a musical experience to track to SoftClock rather than to a metronome. I really look forward to it. I can't do it in this project because, see, here's the upshot. Same idea. SoftClock is digitally accurate to its own clock. It's not a simple click. It's not a binary click. It has modulation. It's all about modulation. My black box drum loop, same thing. Essentially, it's the same thing. It's not a binary click on off click track. Okay. And so it's essentially the same idea. I am tracking to the black box drum loop. Same idea as tracking to SoftClock. Just that it's got its own clock, and I've got to track to that. Can't track to SoftClock, but I think SoftClock is going to be. One can never be certain about such things, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use the DAW metronome ever again. I'm going to learn how to use SoftClock, and I'm going to use SoftClock from now on. Anyway, that's what it is. Now you have a basic understanding of the ideas behind it, the principles behind it, what it looks like, how it sounds, what it does. And if you haven't already, I urge you to go over to airwindows.com, download Airwindows Consolidated. You can see I have several instances of it here, right? And you just load it into your track, your bus, whatever. Pick your tool that you need. And it's a wonderful toolkit. It will, if you give it a chance and you really get into it, it will definitely change the way you do things to some extent. And it has an arsenal of secret weapons in it. Okay, that's it for this transmission. God bless and keep you wherever you are, and whatever you may be doing within reason, of course. This has been Lean Bear from lovely scenic Padre City, South Korea. Over and out.